$1.8 trillion. That's the cost of the 2,242-page spending bill, which sailed through Congress last week and was signed Friday by President Obama, who said while he's not wild about everything in the bill, that it, as he insisted, invests in our military and middle class without ideological provisions that would have weakened Wall Street reform or rules on big polluters. But is that true? Let's take a look at the big polluters. The reality is this year's spending bill lifted the U.S.'s 40-year ban on domestic oil exports, something the anti-fossil fuel group Oil Change International described as a disaster for the climate. Despite Obama's words, that sounds like a blatant weakening of rules on big polluters. And what about Wall Street reform? Obama said at least that is protected, correct? Actually, Mother Jones reports on how an entire section of the funding bill, which was extended and passed in 2014, was written by Citigroup and will allow for banks to continue engaging in high-risk trading, the type of gambling that led to the 2008 financial collapse. This year's bill actually reverses parts of the Dodd-Frank Financial Reform Act passed in 2010, meaning included in this year's spending bill is the flagrant deregulation of Wall Street. But there's more. Americans can also wave goodbye to cool, or the USDA's country of origin labeling enforcement on meat products, meaning consumers of pork, beef, and poultry will no longer know where their meat is coming from, a move which will also burden American farmers competing with global competitors domestically. Congress also snuck in parts of the Cybersecurity Information Sharing Act, or CISA, into the bill, strengthening the relationship between private corporations and the government to surveil the online activities of Americans. Now, these are just a few examples of what Congress rammed into the spending bill at the last minute. The bill also includes extending and making some tax cuts permanent, tallying up to a total of $622 billion in tax breaks, which could alternatively fund public tuition-free college for 9 years. So, corporate tax breaks, the deregulation of Wall Street and big oil, and the expansion of the surveillance state, the true priorities of the U.S. government are once again revealed at the 11th hour. In Washington, Anya Parampil, RT.